Today I want to talk about something that many of us seek, but often struggle to find, and that's spiritual clarity. Life can feel like driving through a thick fog sometimes. We make decisions, we face challenges, and we search for meaning. But sometimes it feels like we can't see more than a few steps ahead. We wonder if we're on the right path, if we're making the right choices, and if we're truly aligned with our higher purpose. So what exactly is spiritual clarity? Well, it's the ability to see life through a lens of truth, to perceive beyond distractions, fears, and doubts, and to move forward with faith and confidence. It's about knowing who you are, why you're here, and what truly matters. But how do we achieve this? Today I want to talk about 6 principles that can help bring more spiritual clarity into our lives. And the first one, silence the noise. In our world, we are absolutely bombarded with distractions, constant notifications, social media, news cycles, and the expectation of others. The mind becomes cluttered, making it difficult to hear the whispers of the soul. Silencing noise in our lives requires a conscious effort to filter out distractions and to cultivate inner peace. This can be achieved by setting boundaries with technology, limiting social media consumption, and carving out a time for solitude. Engaging in mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time in nature can help quiet mental chatter and bring forth clarity. Prioritizing meaningful conversations over superficial ones and focusing on tasks that align with our values can further reduce unnecessary noise. Ultimately, being intentional with our time and attention can create a more tranquil and fulfilling life. To find clarity, we must create space for silence. When we quiet all of that external noise, we create room for inner wisdom to emerge. The greatest revelations often come in stillness, not in the chaos. The second thing is aligning ourselves with inner truth. So often we look outside of ourselves for guidance, measuring our worth by external success or outer validation. But really true clarity comes from aligning with our own inner truth, which is always there and which we can know if we tap into it, those values, passions, and our deepest convictions. Aligning with our inner truth requires deep self-reflection, it requires honesty, and it requires the courage to live authentically. It begins with quieting that external noise and tuning into our inner voice through mindfulness. By acknowledging our true feelings, desires, and values without fear or judgment, we can gain clarity on what really resonates with us. Letting go of societal expectations and embracing our unique path, as hard as that might be, fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we make choices that reflect our deepest truths, we experience greater inner harmony, confidence, and a life that feels aligned with who we really are. The third aspect of this is embracing uncertainty. Many of us seek clarity because we want certainty. We want to know exactly where we're going. We want to know how things are going to turn out. But spiritual clarity isn't about having the answers. It's about trusting the journey even when we don't know where it's going to end. Embracing uncertainty requires a shift in perspective. Seeing the unknown not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth and possibility. Life is inherently unpredictable. And resisting this truth only creates more stress and fear. Instead, by creating trust in ourselves and our inner knowingness, and in the process of life, we can navigate uncertainty with resiliency and openness. Viewing challenges as an opportunity and maintaining a mindset of curiosity helps transform uncertainty into an adventure rather than a burden. In surrendering to the unknown, we discover strength, wisdom, and new possibilities that we never, ever imagined. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain with a lantern. It's completely dark. The light doesn't show the entire path up the mountain, only the next couple of steps. But as we walk, The path ahead continues to unfold as the light shines on it. Likewise, when we take steps in faith, acting with love and seeking truth, and completely surrendering our need for control, the next step becomes clearer and the light illuminates it. The fourth aspect is cultivating daily reflection. And this, like silencing the noise, it really isn't a one-time achievement. It requires an ongoing practice, taking time each day to help us stay connected to our inner wisdom. This can be done through so many different kinds of spiritual practices: journaling, prayer, pausing to ask, am I aligned with my purpose today? Being in nature, just having a contemplative practice. By cultivating this habit of daily reflection, we reinforce our connection to clarity, and then we can make course corrections as desired. Life is a journey of growth, and clarity deepens as we continue to seek it. 5 is developing a deep inner resilience. Challenges and hardship can cloud our vision, no doubt about it, making it really hard to see our spiritual path clearly. However, when we can cultivate inner resilience and learn to navigate these obstacles without losing sight of our purpose, it helps give us a grace on this journey of life. Resilience is built through patience, through faith, and a willingness to learn from our mistakes. Cultivating this inner resilience with developing a strong sense of self-awareness and emotional strength helps us embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. By practicing self-compassion, by maintaining a positive mindset, and by reframing setbacks as lessons, we build mental and emotional fortitude to navigate life's uncertainties. By developing healthy coping mechanisms like we've talked about, such as mindfulness, deep breathing, being in nature, seeking support from loved ones, it helps us stay grounded in difficult times. Resilience comes from trusting our ability to adapt and overcome, knowing that every challenge we face strengthens our inner core. With patience and perseverance, we can really cultivate a mindset that allows us to rise above adversity and to thrive. When difficulties arise, ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? How can I use this challenge to grow? And by reframing struggles as opportunities for spiritual expansion, clarity then becomes more sustainable in the long run. And finally, the last point and the last tip in developing spiritual clarity is serving others with compassion. Spiritual clarity isn't just about personal enlightenment. It's about how we contribute to the world around us. Often, we gain the most clarity when we shift our focus from self-doubt to serving others with love and compassion. This begins with a genuine desire to uplift and support others in need. It requires active listening, empathy, an open heart, and it allows us to understand others' struggle without judgment. Small acts of kindness, whether offering a helping hand, a kind word, or simply being present, can make a profound difference in someone else's life and in our own lives as well. True service is selfless, expecting nothing in return, and fueled by the belief that every act of love contributes to a more connected and uplifted world. By approaching others with patience and understanding and humility, we not only bring light into their lives, but we deepen our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. So spiritual clarity isn't a destination, it's a way of living. It comes when we quiet the noise, when we listen to our inner truth, when we embrace uncertainty and commit to daily reflection. It allows us to move through life with confidence, peace, and purpose, even when we don't know all the answers. And so today I encourage you, take a moment of stillness, reconnect with what truly matters, and take a step forward in trust. The fog might not lift all at once, but with each step, you'll see a little bit more clearly. Let us move into prayer. So in this moment, I recognize that there is this profound, universal intelligence, this divine presence that is everywhere present, that is always supporting us, that is always uplifting us, that is always present in our lives and in every single thing around us. And so I take a moment just to remember the essence of who I am, the essence of who we all are, divine emanations of spirit. And remember that this universal intelligence is flowing through us with every breath we take. All those amazing qualities of the divine, all those amazing qualities of God, compassion, kindness, wisdom, spiritual clarity, upliftment, wisdom, peace, love, are flowing to us in every moment. And so we take this time in this space to open those blinds and let all of that sunlight flood into every cell of our being. Recognizing that there is a spiritual clarity to which we are becoming more and more aware. A spiritual clarity which is providing direction and upliftment for our lives. And I am so grateful for this awareness, just thankful for the compassion and kindness that we have the ability to extend every single day. And I know that as I release these words into that amazing alchemy of love and law, that all is well, because all is God, and so it is. Amen.